Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me video. Now this week we are memory planning in the week that was April 29th through to May 5th, and we are once again using an absolutely gorgeous kit from Planiface. This is a super old kit that I think I picked this up on sale, and I'm so glad that I did because it was one of those ones that had sat in my wish list for a while. And I kept like bumping it, like whenever there was a sale or whenever I did an order, I was like, no, I'll get it later, I'll get it later, I'll get it later. And I never got it. And then one day, I think I saw, it may have been Cat of Peace Plan Loves and Read. Oh my God. Anyway, Cat. It may have been her. I may have seen this spread in her planner. I could be wrong, I can't recall, but I'd seen someone use it and that was the deciding factor for me, so I picked it up and I'm so glad that I did. I also had the perfect washi tape to match, so if you watched my previous video, you'll know that I went on and on about how I did an SPC washi tape destash order, and I ended up with all of these like unusual colors that I didn't have in my collection. And this was one of them. So this is like a burgundy with like a gold bow. And yeah, because I like to have the two different washies now. I remember back in the day you used to just do the one thick strip of washi. I don't like doing that anymore. I prefer to have the two strips. And I didn't know what I was going to pair the bottom washi with, and I think this was the perfect choice. I think it complements the kit so beautifully and it's just absolutely stunning. And then I think I used, gold underlays. I don't know if they are from Planiface or if they are ones from Rose Colored Days. I honestly couldn't tell you. I know that they're confetti. I did get them in a gold because obviously the bottom washi is gold. And that's that. I didn't actually put any foil overlays on this one, and I think I'm going to keep it like that. I know that's weird for me because for the most part I like to foil up my spreads, but with this one I think it looks perfect the way it is. The one exception that I may make is that I might put some confetti overlays on the glitter headers, but then I'll leave it at that because I just think the clip art is so stunning and the spread itself looks so gorgeous. I don't want to detract from that. So yeah. So for this week my sidebar is, I say that it's stock standard, but you guys would have seen me use various different sidebars at this point. So I either do my tall box and my two boxes, my tall box, my one box, my highlights, my socials. It just depends on the format of the kit, whether it's an old kit or a new kit. I'm looking at the confetti overlays now or underlays now, and I'm pretty sure they're Rose Colored Days, just FYI. But this one I did the 3 full boxes and then just a little section there for my highlight of the week. And then I guess we should go ahead and get started on the plans of the week because we've only got 10 more minutes until the video ends, and you guys know me. But I did opt to use the quote pillow up in the top left hand corner. I don't use a lot of quotes anymore. I know that that was a trend for a while. So nowadays if the kit does have a quote in it, I would generally put that up the top. Otherwise I just default to my favorite box, but this one did have the Hello Fall. And even though we don't call it fall here in Australia, we call it autumn, I was like, you know what, we're just going to go for it. So we did. Well, I did. But let's go ahead and get into the plans for the week. So again, this is probably a very chill, very uneventful week. And again, I'm just surmising that from the fact that I've used flat lays to mark work for the week. It was also really nice to use flat lays because I was able to use colors that I wouldn't usually gravitate towards, because obviously this kit is very red, yellow, orange, brown. So it was nice to be able to bring out things from my collection that were those colors. But starting off with Monday, the first thing that I've marked is that I did have a dentist appointment. I think this was the appointment when they told me that I needed to get a nightly retainer. So I think I had my checkup, and then I'd go back a little bit later and I had to get my teeth all measured up and x-rayed and stuff, and they made me a retainer because I'm apparently a teeth grinder. I don't grind my teeth during the day. I feel like I would know if I did. But when my dentist looked at me, he's like, do you grind your teeth? And I'm like, not to my knowledge. And he's like, because all of your teeth are so flat and squared off at the bottom, it looks like you grind them. He said, so it must be something that you do in your sleep. And then long story short, he basically said to me, like, if we don't get that under control and we don't get you a retainer, you're going to end up grinding your teeth completely away to a point that you're going to need restorative treatment, which is going to cost you thousands of dollars and not be very pleasant. So, of course, I opted for the retainer because, like, no brainer. But yeah, had the dentist. I've been really bad with the dentist, but I've been making it a mission to actually go back when my appointments are scheduled now because of my health insurance and just because I'm getting older, I guess, just to keep on top of things. So I went to the dentist. Like I mentioned, I did mark that I work, but I've done that with a flat lay. And then I marked that it was an 8.5-hour work day despite leave. What? I don't know what that means. Maybe I'd just come back from leave. Or I was going on leave and it was a long work day, because I've said to you guys before that generally I have to work 7 hours a day. That's my quota. So working 8.5-hour days on a Monday after a long weekend, I guess I wasn't happy about that. That's what I'm guessing, because I didn't really give myself much more context than that. I then marked that I had to call the clinic, so the IVF clinic, about my upcoming transfer cycle. And then I marked that I had a headache and a sore shoulder. And then the last thing that I've marked on the day there is that I had to do some laundry. On Tuesday, I've got work at the top of the day there, and then I marked that it was a cold day. I marked that I had a sore tooth because obviously when I went to the dentist, we did a clean, but I've got one wisdom tooth that back in the day he said would never grow out because there's no room in my mouth. But it's now come out, and he's since told me that it's like 90% out. So when he did the clean, because it's not completely out and it's still within the gum, when he cleans it, he obviously cleans like in and around the gum. And my tooth hurt for like a week and a half after that. So I marked the sore tooth. I then marked that I was editing some thumbnails for YouTube. I'm going to presume it was my planner YouTube because it has been such a long while since I've posted on my Sims channel, which again, like everything else, I want to get back to, but there's so many things that I feel like I want to do in 2025. I just don't know how I'm going to fit them in. Like, I want to read more. I want to play more of my games. I want to color more because I bought these expensive Ohuhu markers and coloring books, and I've colored like 2 pages. I want to keep on top of planning. Like, there's just so many things, and there's just not enough time in a week. So, you know. I then marked that my shoulder was still really sore and that I had my first decaf coffee, because during IVF, they tell you not only to avoid sugar, but they tell you to minimize your caffeine. They say that you can have up to 200 milligrams of coffee a day, which is fine. It's the equivalent of like, I think one like takeout, like cappuccino or espresso or something like that. And I generally only drink instant when I'm at home. And I think, just for reference, a large McDonald's takeaway cappuccino is 207 milligrams of caffeine. And I think the small one is like 190. So I now know that cappuccino is kind of my limit, but at home I generally drink instant, which is a lot less. But I thought if I could get onto a good decaf, that would save me having to stress about the caffeine intake. So I tried decaf. I got a really, really nice one from Aldi for anyone who is interested, and I actually really enjoy it. I think it tastes like coffee. So there's that. I did try another one from Woolworths, and it was way too sweet and disgusting. On a Wednesday, I marked work, that it was a busy work day, that I had some coffee, I hung out on Twitch, and I played some Sims, and then I've left a spot for marking watching a TV show, but I didn't specify what TV show. Thursday, again, we've got work at the top of the day there, and then I did have my waxing and nail appointment this day. You guys know the drill. I would have got my takeaway coffee, sat in my massage chair after my waxing, and enjoyed my massage, my pedicure, and my nails getting refreshed. Then this night I had Le Wrap for dinner. Self-explanatory. It's literally a place that does a wrap, but they like cook it fresh for you on the spot. My go-to, I either get a sweet chili chicken wrap, or I get the sweet chili but without the chicken, and it is so, so good. And then they introduced fries, like steak cut fries, and they have this like delicious seasoning on them, and it is one of my favorite things to eat. So I had that for dinner this night instead of KFC. What a shocker. That night, my team did play the Panthers, but I haven't recorded the score. And then after that game, I went straight to bed. I assume I didn't feel well or I had a headache. Just, yeah. On Friday, I marked that I had work at the top of the day with that flat lay sticker again. And then I marked that it was a boring day. After work, I marked playing The Sims. And then that night, we had manouche for dinner. I was obsessed with manouche for such a long time, and then we have not had it in such a long time. But again, they basically they're like a Lebanese cuisine. They do wraps, they do pizzas, and my go-to order is what they call the garlic goddess, which was a chicken wrap in like a really fresh Lebanese bread, garlic sauce, chicken, lettuce, cheese, all of that. And then we'd get it with fries, and I would have the fries with the garlic sauce, and it was so, so good, and now I want it. But I had manouche for dinner. I marked pulling stickers that night. And then I marked that we watched something. But once again, past Melissa didn't record it. So we love that for her. And then on to the weekend. So at the top of the day there, I've marked that I did a film. I then put a binge watch sticker. So we've obviously watched something, but I didn't write down what. So again, I'm going to have to try and dig through my notes and hope that I still have these ones somewhere, that I haven't thrown them out, but we obviously were catching up on some sort of TV show or something. I then marked that I pulled stickers again this day, because generally I'll try and film 2 videos a weekend, especially since I've been behind since, as we established a couple of videos ago, October of 2023. So I pulled more stickers. I marked that we had a lazy evening, that I watched some YouTube. And then once again, I marked watching a movie, but I didn't recall it. So I've done really well with this plan with me of not recording things and not making a note of what we actually did. Another thing that I'm really strongly focused on in 2025 is actually recording what I did properly. And then finally on to Sunday, let's speed run. So I started the day with coffee and oats for breakfast. I then once again filmed a video. I marked folding some clothes. I had a YouTube binge watch session, and then because I'd been done filming, I had to put away my stickers and organize my stickers, so I marked that. And then marked that I made spaghetti. I don't cook a lot, just full transparency, I hate cooking. Don't like it, don't like preparing, don't like cutting, don't like cooking. So when I actually cook and make something, I put it in my planner. So this night I made spaghetti. And then once again, to finish out the week, I put down that we watched something but didn't record it. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Bye!